Salutations, fellow netizens. Let's get a quick quiz going. Are time loops possible? Can you regenerate entire limbs? Can you grow a baby from stem cells? How about design a child or an animal? Will you subscribe to this channel? If you said yes to all of the above, Merry Christmas and grab a cookie. If you said no, then you, Doubting Thomas, should strap in because this episode is a rocket that will propel you through breakthrough technologies shaping our future to come. And we are about to lift off. I'm Nick, and this is ProRobots.
In late November, gear up for Japan's premier robot showcase at IREX 2023. The ProRobots team is gearing up as well, and we want you with us. Witness the cutting-edge breakthroughs in robotics and network with top-tier Japanese and Asian companies. Tokyo is calling from November 26th to December 3rd. Dive deep into IREX 2023, grasp the future of robotics, secure pivotal local partnerships, and get behind-the-scenes access to world-class manufacturing hubs and research nerve centers. The ProRobots squad is going big, and you won't want to miss out. Time's ticking. Register now. The gateway link is right in this video's description. Let's make waves together in Tokyo.
Some mighty smart people at the University of Cambridge have simulated time travel. With David Arvidsson-Shukur in the lead, researchers have created a time loop using quantum teleportation. By making time bend, they were able to change past events based on new information. Imagine sending a gift only to find out later what your girlfriend actually wanted. Well, in this simulation, you can retroactively change your gift choice through the manipulation of quantum entanglement. Despite current success rates standing at 25%, the good thing is that you know when you failed. As of today, the time loop is a purely hypothetical phenomenon. It can be simulated using quantum teleportation circuits created by entangled particles. And yet, it's a revolutionary discovery. Reversing the flow of time is capable of answering problems that are hard to reach in conventional physics. Here's the link. Over there, check it out, and please don't be spamming David about hoverboards. Speaking of quantum, them computers are pretty fast. Okay, everyone knows they are capable of processing huge amounts of information simultaneously. But what does this mean in practice? Where can this be applicable? First of all, in cryptography, because many cryptographic systems rely on factorizing large numbers, which can be pretty tedious for a regular computer. But in the era of quantum computers, these systems don't stand a chance. As a countermeasure, researchers are already developing quantum-safe cryptographic algorithms that can stand up to this new technology. Some other industries where quantum computers are expected to wreak havoc are pharmaceuticals, materials science, and fundamental musings on life, the universe, and everything. Quantum computers will also change artificial intelligence. If you are an avid ProRobots supporter, you'll know that we've already talked about this shift in terms of qualitative versus quantitative in our other episodes. Link below. Unlike our billion subscribers, quantum computers exist, albeit so far at an early stage of development. The currently available GOAT is IBM Quantum, with 433 qubits introduced last year. Sounds impressive, but I bet Destiny 2 would still lag on that thing if they ever port it. It doesn't matter though, those qubits are not for sale unless you're Bruce Wayne or the Umbrella Corporation. IBM says the number of classical bits needed to represent state in their processor far exceeds the total number of atoms in the known universe. The paradox, however, is that no one has been able to manage this wealth yet. Researchers are still puzzling over quantum algorithms and their practical value. So far, all they can do is perform simulations of particular physical processes that are suitable for modeling a limited number of phenomena. Or is there something else? Leave a comment below and help me educate myself. In the meantime, let's look at other options to better me. You know, machines and artificial intelligence are evolving, and we gotta keep up too. One solution could be a neural interface. Technologies like Elon Musk's Neuralink promise a direct link between the brain and external devices. This could restore mobility and sensitivity to someone who's been paralyzed and help treat mental illnesses. BCI will also allow us to directly control technology from smartphones to robots, improve memory, enhance capabilities, speed up learning new skills, not to mention communicate telepathically. And then there's the virtual and augmented reality gaming industry. Of course, for the sake of games alone, it's unlikely that anyone will want to implant a chip in their brain in the next few years. Okay, some would. But in the future, when the technology is mature and safe and accessible, why not? Perhaps it will become a necessity to meet. For example, employers might demand it if you want to compete for jobs with robots. The truth is that there are dangers here, and above all, privacy. Thanks to the ability to read and interpret brain signals, the interface, when hacked, will give outsiders direct access to our thoughts, memories, and emotions. Or, as in the movie Anon, law enforcement will be able to access our thoughts by court order to solve crimes. Minority Report at its finest. My big question here is, say you get it chipped and it's all fine and dandy. You get used to it, can't live without it, and then boom, they jack up the price. What then? You switch to a knockoff brain implant and enjoy a Johnny Mnemonic experience? Leave a comment below and tell us what you think about brain-computer interfaces. I mean, cyberpunk galore at this point. Many scientists believe our bodies will be permanently medicated by nanorobots in the near future. The development of tiny robots at the nanoscale could be used for targeted drug delivery or organ and tissue repair at the cellular level. Now, this could radically change the way various diseases are treated, potentially eradicating some of them. Now, researchers in different parts of the world are already creating nanorobots to penetrate the vitreous body of the eye, treat dental problems, etc. So far, as per official timeline, the technology is at an early stage of development, but the recently presented autonomous robot capable of controlling such microbots in living human tissues suggests that we should expect nanorobots to proliferate in the next 5 to 10 years. And it's true that nanorobots have safety issues. Any technology carries dangers, from the risks of viruses spreading through them, think 007 and designer diseases, to a hypothetical gray goo scenario where self-replicating nanobots consume everything on Earth. Check out Eric Drexler and his Engines of Creation for a thrilling bedtime read. Since we're on the topic of engineers, genetic engineering has become one of the most innovative and controversial areas of modern science. The ability to precisely edit genes can eradicate genetic diseases, increase crop yields, or even create new life forms. On the other hand, there are risks of unintended genetic consequences. Bioterrorism, environmental disasters due to releasing GMOs into the world, Bill Gates, and other issues. Also, if you're a helicopter parent wannabe, the temptation is just too real to interfere with the genes of your future child, not only to rid him or her of hereditary diseases, but, for example, to lift those cheekbones way up. That is, to directly create the design of the future child from appearance to mental abilities, which threatens to widen the inequality gap even further in the future due to limited access to such technologies. Another controversial aspect is gene drive technology, which can spread certain genes among the population, providing a higher rate of inheritance of a certain trait. Not only could it protect humans from diseases or help them adapt to climate change, but it could also wipe out entire populations, as has been proposed to be done with malarial mosquitoes. While the latter sounds like a feasible idea at first, releasing gene-driven organisms, Bill Gates, into the wild could have unintended ecological consequences, potentially affecting entire ecosystems and leading to the unintended spread of gene drive. Genetic engineering is by no means the scariest thing on the books today. A shocking experiment was conducted at the Weizmann Institute of Science in Israel. There, researchers created mouse embryos inside a bioreactor consisting of stem cells cultured in a petri dish. That is, they didn't need eggs or seminal fluids. The embryos developed normally. On the third day, they began to elongate, and by the eighth day, they had a beating heart. This was the first time scientists were able to grow fully synthetic mouse embryos outside the uterus. The experiment marked a breakthrough in the study of how stem cells from different organs and mutations lead to developmental diseases. It also raises serious questions about whether other animals, including humans, could one day be cultured from stem cells in the lab. After all, if it can be done, there's bound to be someone who will try it. I know, I sound like Mr. Doom and Gloom, so let's lighten up the mood with this next revolutionary discovery that was made by a team of scientists from Tufts University. Previously, it was thought that limb regeneration was only possible when a nerve was present, but researchers were able to achieve long-term limb regeneration in a frog through the urgent delivery of several drugs via portable bioreactor. Previously, another group of scientists proved the importance of mechanical loading for finger regeneration in mammals, and that the absence of a nerve does not prevent this regeneration. The two discoveries together could potentially lead to larger and more complex advances in human tissue reengineering, ultimately benefiting military veterans, diabetics, and others affected by amputations and trauma. In an even more incredible experiment, scientists from Yale University reported that they were able to revive the heart, liver, kidney, and brain cells of pigs that had been dead in a lab for an hour. The carcass enthusiasts achieved this by using a device similar to an artificial circulatory system to pump a specifically designed solution called Organ X into the organs. As a result, the organs began to function again. These Victor Frankensteins hope their discovery will eventually help solve part of the shortage problem for organ transplantation. The technology could also be useful in limiting damage to the heart from heart attacks and to the brain from strokes. Lastly on our agenda of restoring lost functions or pumping up one's body is the creation of robotic body parts. I'm thinking Tin Man from Wizard of Oz right now, but Elon Musk begs to differ. Two of his companies, Neuralink and Tesla, are already in the race to turn the limbs of Optimus Robot into robotic prosthetic arms and legs. Implants that improve hearing and vision are also being actively developed today, which in the future could help people with impaired functions of these organs, personnel of the military, and if you really want to go out on a limb here, Mars colonizers. There's a good chance that cyborgs from science fiction, stronger, more agile, with access to the internet, enhanced sensory and cognitive capabilities, will become a reality in the next decade. For more about humans of the future, check out the link below and hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on new releases. Finally, from humans, we move on to the entire planet, and this is where it gets funky. The European Parliament recently began looking into solutions for climate change with solar geoengineering. Bill Gates has spoken out in favor of it many times, and now OpenAI CEO Sam Altman decided to chime in. The point, solar geoengineering involves partially closing the Earth from sunlight, okay? This means putting mirrors into orbit to reflect photons back into space, or pulverizing sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere, which would again send some of the sunlight back, thereby cooling the planet. I wonder how that conversation would go. Bill, Sam, great to see you again. Remember when we, owners of enormous wealth and influence, have been brainstorming about world problems? Well, I got a good one. Mirrors in space. See, what that does is it cuts the amount of light, the essence of all life on our planet, and beams it back to the sun. Two birds with one stone. The sun is happy that it's finally being appreciated and gets some sunlight back, and global problems get solved. Bill, if I may interject, uncensored version of ChatGPT tells me this is going to cost a pretty penny, so how about we just spray sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere? It's so much cheaper that sooner or later, some country will use it anyway. Sure, it's heavy duty on the lungs, but who are we to stifle progress? Sam, you're going places. Let's call the European Parliament and see what they think about our bright ideas. Okay, to put it mildly, and this is very diplomatic, no one knows what the real consequences of solar geoengineering might be and how the planet's going to like this intervention. All the data here is purely theoretical, and in practice, things could go a little different. Just for instance, a self-sustaining cooling process could begin, leading to a new ice age much faster than the Earth's natural cycle. Check out Randall Carlson for more. There's so much information out there, it's unfathomable. For example, how big is our universe? Today, we know a little more about it thanks to the James Webb Space Telescope. Unlike the Hubble, which scans the heavens from low Earth orbit, the Webb sits 1.5 million kilometers away in Earth's shadow, lurking, where it's permanently shielded from sunlight. According to NASA, this space telescope can look 13 billion years back into ancient galaxies that are still in their infancy. And while James Webb is looking into the past, Elon Musk is looking into the future and preparing for the launch of his Starship, which will first take NASA astronauts to the moon and then make humanity a multi-planet species, or at least that's the plan. Starship is a significant leap in technology and vision for space travel. Its successful development has many far-reaching implications for the future of humanity. A fully reusable Starship will significantly reduce the cost of space launches in general and the delivery of cargo to other planets in particular. As a bonus, Starships could be used for ultra-fast travel on Earth, refueling spacecraft in space, deploying space stations, and mining asteroids. This will take space exploration to a whole new level, even if we never actually move to Mars. Now, there's more technologies we haven't touched on today. Artificial intelligence, autonomous systems, unmanned transportation, all-purpose robots, you name it. We'll talk about that in our next videos, but in the meantime, we cordially invite you to see the future with your very own eyes by joining us on a mission to Japan. ProRobots will visit IREX 2023 robot exhibition and explore major robotics companies and research centers. Want to come with us and get an inside scoop of robotics in Japan? Follow the link in the description, leave a request, and our team will contact you. If you didn't know, we also have a Telegram channel for discussions, and you can find real robots in the catalog on our website. All the links are in the description below. Subscribe, let us know what you think, and we'll get better. Until next time, I'll see you. Bye-bye.